Ashley, let me know when we're all here. Andrea.
Looks like we're all here. Well, I'm waiting for Ms. Conwell. Okay, I see Ms. Conwell. Looks like we're all here.
All right. The Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, March 9th,
Excuse me,
2021.
Pernell, hold on for 1 second. It has to go live on YouTube. Okay, I think we should be good now.
All right. The Cuyahoga County Council regular meeting for Tuesday, March 9th is now called to order. Andrea, would you please call the roll?
Calling the roll, Mr. Schran,
Here.
Ms. Conwell,
Present.
Ms. Brown.
Put on your mask. You getting too close.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Stevens,
Present.
Ms. Simon,
Here.
Ms. Baker,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Here.
Mr. Sweeney,
Present.
Mr. Tuma,
Here. Here.
Mr. Gallagher,
Here.
and Council President Jones.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Andrea, has anyone signed in for public comment?
Yes, Ms. Liu submitted public comment regarding COVID-19 vaccinations and an informative Q&A session, which was conducted at the homeless shelter by Dr. Seidman of the Metro Health COVID-19 mobile team.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda?
So move.
Second,
Moved and
Conwell.
Moved by Schran, seconded by Conwell. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
The minutes are approved. At this time, if there is a message from our county executive.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This last Friday, Council President Pernell Jones and I joined Governor DeWine and CSU President Sands at the Wolstein Center to announce a new mass vaccination center. This is really exciting. We'll be getting more than 300,000 vaccines in addition to the vaccines that we normally receive. The Biden administration offered Ohio one mass vaccination site, and Governor DeWine chose to locate it in Cuyahoga County. The Wolstein Center was selected in part because it's easily accessible by highways and public transit, and in part because it's near minority residents. The center will run 7 days a week for 8 weeks, starting on St. Patrick's Day. 6,000 people a day will be vaccinated. This is a great opportunity to fulfill our equity goals. We must do everything we can to make sure Black and brown residents can get there. So I'll be coming to council soon to ask for some funds for RTA passes and rideshare services. We're also coordinating with our senior transportation connection and church ministers. The churches are particularly important because there's a real skepticism about vaccines in the Black and brown communities, and people trust their pastors when they urge them to get shots. We're really now on the road to beating this virus. Our new mass vaccination center will go a long way to helping us get there. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman?
can I have ask Executive Budish a question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Through the chair to Executive Budish, you said 7 days a week for 6 weeks. Today I was alerted that
8 weeks.
8
I'm sorry,
weeks.
8
Okay.
weeks.
Today I was alerted that there have been some problems for African Americans that are in the suburbs. So will this be opened up? Because they are planning on press conferences in regards to this. I would like to get back to them. Will this be open to up to all county residents?
It's open to every county resident. Absolutely.
Okay. And when will it start?
It'll start St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you. Thank you,
It runs
Mr.
for 8
Chair.
weeks. I'm hoping that it'll be mostly county residents that take advantage of it, but I'm afraid, I shouldn't say afraid, but I suspect that there may be people coming from other counties in as well, and I don't believe there's any way to keep them out. So it's not just to the city, It's to the suburbs and anyone in Ohio, actually.
Well, they could show proof of residence.
They could, but we're not running the actual operations. FEMA is running the operations of this center. And they're also providing the people to do the vaccinations. It's gonna
Will
be a
they have
massive.
to register?
Yes,
Will they have to
will
register in any way?
Yes, the
Okay.
state is requiring registration. And the state just
Okay.
opened its statewide registration a platform online, and we're hoping it's going to work.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And we'll use our 211,
you.
by the way,
All right,
to help people get signed up. Thank you.
all right, thank you. All right, legislation introduced by council.
At the request of the council president, this item is being held and will be placed on the March 23rd council meeting for a second reading.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Legislation introduced by executive. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second, Brown.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Rules are suspended.
Resolution 2021-0065, amending the 2020-2021 biennial operating budget for 2021 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, for appropriation transfers, and for cash transfers.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and
Mr.
seconded.
President, my colleagues, this resolution is the regular fiscal agenda of budget amendments. Questions have been referred to OBM and the answers have been distributed to all members. The following items are notable. The annual leftover from the veteran services is appropriated here and is unusually large at $1.7 million. An appropriation of $831,000 from the casino fund provides for 4 previously approved projects: the South Euclid Deer Program, the Colavito Statue, the Northeast Ohio Alliance for Hope Grocery Store, and this year's contribution to the Housing Fund. Appropriations in the Cigarette and Alcohol Excise Tax Fund provide $6.9 million for debt service and $19.8 million to be distributed to the receiving authorities per established formula. $22.7 million is appropriated for approved road and bridge projects. $8.7 million is appropriated for the improvement of the apron and taxiway at the county airport with 100% federal funding available. And $5 million is transferred from the general fund to Jumpstart for a loan to Jumpstart to support their economic development activities. I recommend approval on first reading suspension. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Miller. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2021-0066, authorizing Title 4D cooperative agreements on various requisitions with various providers in the total amount not to exceed $102,892.35 for child support services for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021, for the following providers on requisition 5096, agreement number 1011 with Cuyahoga County Treasurer's Office in the amount not to exceed $76,408.87, and on requisition 5098, agreement number 1007 with Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas, Division of Juvenile Court, Cashier's Department, in the amount not to exceed $26,483.48.
I'll move to adopt, but I would like Mr. Merriman to explain.
Second,
Good
afternoon.
Miller.
Floor? Yes, Mr. Merriman, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Council President Jones. David Merriman, Director of the Department of Health and Human Services. Thank you for considering this item. I know that council does not under normal circumstances, consider adoption of items on first reading. In this case, I'm requesting this first reading adoption because these are intergovernmental agreements which are required for the county to receive federal reimbursement. We must have these fully signed and executed by the end of March for us to be eligible for the reimbursement. This is a series of administrative requirements. Every year we have to submit these, and so council sees these every year, and every year they have to be done by the end of March. And this item, as well as the next item, are related to the critical support for child support services. I'm joined today by Dan Humphrey, who is the acting manager of the Contract Administration and Performance Unit, as well as Tiffany Dobbins-Brazelton, the Director of Child Support Services. And so I'm going to ask Dan to introduce this first item. I think in his discussion, he'll be describing circumstances that relate to both item 0066 as well as item 0067. Dan, are you available to provide additional detail?
Yes, thank you, David. Council President, council members, Dan Humphrey, Interim Administrator for the Contracting Division in the Department of Health and Human Services. These two agreements, as well as the three in the following item, as Director Merriman said, are intergovernmental agreements between the Office of Child Support Services and variously the Treasurer's Office, Juvenile Court, Domestic Court, and Prosecutor's Office for services that those entities provide relating to the establishment, enforcement, and collection of child support payments. They are the sort of ordinary operating services that those entities provide. But in this case, we are required to enter into intergovernmental agreements with those agencies, between child support and those agencies, rather than simply appropriating them as part of the budget, in order for these expenses to be eligible for a 2/3 federal reimbursement. Again, the reason we're doing this way is so that they are eligible for a 2/3 reimbursement. The two agreements in this item are for collection of payments at cashier's offices, at the Treasurer's Office, and Juvenile Court. The three in the following item are for the establishment and enforcement of support orders. I understand every year these are brought sometime in March to council with an effective date of January 1. So I'll just address now why that has been the case and is again in this year. These agreements cover the 2021 calendar year, but the budgeting process for the agreements really can't start until the new year's budget is finalized in December. At that point, there's a 3-stage review process that's required for these agreements between the entity that the agreement is with, the Child Support Office, and then a submission to the State Department of Job and Family Services for review of the budget before signature and submission to council can begin. In this case, the department actually began a little earlier than normal, which is why you're getting them in this meeting rather than the following council meeting. But I understand for a long time, we've been in a position where we've had to ask for first reading adoption. If these are not signed and executed fully by the 31st, we will not be eligible for the first quarter reimbursement for the year. And given some of there's some physical paper steps that have to occur after adoption and execution. So in order to ensure that we do not miss that deadline and remain eligible for reimbursement, we're asking for a first reading adoption. Are there any questions?
I do. Mr. President, to Mr. Humphrey, if I may.
Go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I wasn't able to see, unfortunately, on the agenda, the actual backup paperwork that we normally get in our packet. I'm sure it's there someplace, but typically there's a grading or a score performance on how the funds are being used by each entity. Is that still happening?
Yes.
And if so, okay. And how are the performances? I'm specifically looking at juvenile court, prosecutor, and domestic. If you know offhand, if not, you can get it to me.
I don't know it offhand, but I can provide them to you afterward if that's okay.
Do you know if it's, I'm sure it's satisfactory, correct?
I believe so. We wouldn't have continued.
Okay. I thought there was room for improvement the last couple of years, so I'll get back with you to see if we're improving.
Okay.
or those entities are. Thanks.
Great. Is there any further discussion? Councilwoman Conwell, are you making the motion?
I made the motion and Councilman Miller seconded.
Was moved and seconded? Excellent then. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0067, authorizing Title 4D cooperative agreements with various providers in the total amount not to exceed $102,892.35 for child support services, and it's for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021 for the following providers on requisition 5090, agreement number 1009 with Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Division of Domestic Relations in the amount not to exceed $3,511,021.69. On requisition 5091, agreement number 1010 with Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas, Division of Juvenile Court, in the amount not to exceed $3,731,600.15. And on requisition 5095, agreement number 1008 with Cuyahoga County Prosecuting Attorney's Office in the amount not to exceed $3,876,179.50.
Move to adopt Conwell.
Second, Brown.
Miller. Moved and seconded. Director Merriman and Mr. Dan Humphrey, would you like to comment on this one as well?
There's not much more to say about it. I think Dan Humphrey was able to describe it in his introduction of the prior item.
Appreciate it. All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, this is Greg.
Yes.
Quick
Yes,
second.
Greg.
Is the dollar amount in the preamble correct? The 102,890, I'm not just looking at the agenda, I'm not looking at the actual item, I'm just.
Oh. Mr. Merriman, can you speak to that? Is the dollar amount accurate?
Yeah, I see what Greg Huth is indicating. It does seem like there may be a figure that was carried over from the prior item. I do know that the dollar amounts listed in the sub-item 1, 2, and 3 present the appropriate figure. And so Dan, I don't know if there's a figure that needs to be introduced under item 0067.
I agree. It appears just that in the preamble, the total was copied over from the previous item. The individual items are correct.
Okay. So what we need to do, if someone has done the math, do we need to make a quick correction?
Amendment.
I can do that right now.
I need
Okay.
you to go on Broadway Pharmacy. Let's see.
Michelle, can you please turn off?
I move, Mr. President, to amend items R20210067 for the correct amount as they total it up, and they'll tell us that in a minute.
I total. Oh, it's missing one.
I appreciate your creative solution there.
Do we need a
Yeah,
second
We have a
to?
motion for the amount as to be totaled shortly. And if there's a second by
I'll
Councilwoman
second.
Wyman, it's been properly moved and
Um,
seconded.
It is 11,118,801.34.
0.34. Excellent. All right, all those in favor of this amount, and as the motion has been made, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. All right.
Thank you very much.
Consideration of
As amended.
as amended. Thank you very much. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution 2021-0068, authorizing amendments with various providers for comprehensive case management and employment program, employment education and training services for young adults in connection with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. It's for the period July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2021, for additional funds in the total amount not to exceed $1,537,888. For the
This item is-
following providers as listed on the printed agenda, contract number 488 with Ohio Guidestone for the out-of-school youth program for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,035,922, and 2, for agreement number 649 with Cuyahoga County Community College District for the out-of-school youth program for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $501,966.
This item is referred to Education, Environment, and Sustainability Committee.
Resolution 2021-0069, authorizing a revenue generating agreement with Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities in the amount not to exceed $870,271.75 for reimbursement of staffing services for the DD Medicaid waiver program. It's for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2022.
This item is referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2021-0070, making an award on requisition 3325 with Us Together, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $1,200,000 for interpretation and translation services for various county agencies for the period March 1st, 2021 through February 28th, 2023.
This item is referred to Health and Human Services.
Resolution 2021-0071, authorizing an amendment to contract number 347 with Emerald Development and Economic Network, Inc. for the Rapid Rehousing Program for homeless individuals and families. It's for the period January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2020, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2021, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,166,724.90.
This item is referred to the Health, Human Services, and Aging Committee.
Resolution 2021-0072, making an award on requisition 3914 with Mental Health Services for Homeless Persons, Inc., doing business as Frontline Service in the amount not to exceed $1,422,933 for temporary housing services for single adults and youth at North Point Temporary Housing, located at 1550 Superior Avenue in Cleveland. It's for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021.
This item is referred to HHS as well.
Resolution 2021-0073, making an award on requisition 3916 with Young Women's Christian Association of Greater Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $2,751,793 for operations and case management services for homeless single adult women at the Norma Herr Women's Shelter, located at 2227 Payne Avenue, Cleveland, and it's for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021.
Item is also referred to the HHS Committee.
Resolution 2021-0074, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Gordon Friedman to serve on the Cuyahoga County Public Defender Commission for the term January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2024.
This item is referred to the Human Resources, Appointment, and Equity Committee.
Resolution 2021-0075, authorizing awards totaling $11 million of U.S. Treasury emergency rental assistance funds to various nonprofit organizations to provide emergency rental assistance to income-eligible tenants unable to pay their full monthly rent due to the economic impact from COVID-19 for the period April 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021, for the following nonprofit organizations: CHN Housing Partners in the amount of $10 million and the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland in the amount of $1 million.
This item is referred to the Community Development Committee. Committee reports and consideration of a resolution for second reading.
Resolution 2021-0055, authorizing an economic development, redevelopment, and modernization loan in the amount not to exceed $1 million to Warner and Swayze LLC for the benefit of a mixed-use real estate redevelopment project for property located at 5701 Carnegie Avenue in the city of Cleveland.
This item will move to the March 23rd, 2021 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second, Brown.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Rules are suspended.
Resolution 2021-0057, making an award on requisition 2911 to Mental Health Services for Homeless Persons, Inc., doing business as Frontline Service in the amount not to exceed $868,300 for children who witness violence services for the period February 1st, 2021 through January 31st, 2023.
Move to adopt.
Second, Brown.
Mr. President, this was heard in committee, and the recommendation was unanimous for these necessary dollars for this program to move it forward under second reading suspension.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0058, making an award on requisition 3186 and enter into a membership participation agreement with Chagrin Valley Dispatch Council in the amount not to exceed $1,521,475 for dispatch operation services for law enforcement activities for the period April 28th, 2021 through December 31st, 2022.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, similarly, this was heard in committee and the recommendation was to move it forward under second reading suspension.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Any opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0059, confirming the county executive's appointment of Christopher P. Violent Esquire upon his taking the oath of office as Sheriff of Cuyahoga County for the 4-year term expiring December 31st, 2024. And
Move
at
to
this
adopt.
time,
Sorry.
Mr. Miller would like to request his name be added as a sponsor.
Move to adopt.
Second. Yeah.
Excellent. Moved and seconded. So, all right, before us is the nomination of Christopher P. Violent for County Sheriff. Now, Mr. Violent has a decorated 33-year career in law enforcement. He served in the Sullivan Police Department for most of his career, culminating in his role as Chief of Police from 2011 until 2019. Most recently, Mr. Violent has served as Inspector General for the Cleveland Department of Public Safety. While this council has had discussions over the past few weeks regarding possible changes to our county code as it relates to the position of sheriff, the only issue before us here today is the proposed confirmation of a permanent sheriff. I would ask that my colleagues focus on that issue and join me in confirming Mr. Violent as our county sheriff today. I plan on working with my colleagues and Mr. Violent, once confirmed, to formally introduce legislation to change the county code very soon. All right. So with it properly moved and seconded, and if there's no other discussion.
Mr. Chairman, can you add my name as well?
And let's add Councilman Marty Sweeney's name.
Please
Thank
add
you,
Mr.
Mr.
Schron's
President.
name also.
Let us add Councilman Jack Schron's name. All right. So at this time, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. President, I did
Yes.
want to make one comment if it's okay.
Please
Just
go right
want to
ahead.
congratulate our new sheriff on your position and look forward to working with you. You've got great qualifications and I trust that you will use them for the betterment of our jail and the county and the people we serve. And I have confidence that you'll do that. And please just feel free always to come to council if there's any questions or issues. And I look forward to working with you.
On that point, Mr. Chairman,
Well said, Councilwoman Simon and Mr. Sweeney. You have the floor.
thank you. I just want to say you don't have to come for questions or concerns, but if you want to just update us as well, because we want to keep the partnership going for the positive things as well. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you for bringing up Councilwoman Simon.
All right.
Mr. President,
Yes, you have the floor.
yeah, just very quickly, I want to thank all of you, County Executive Budish and all of council for your thorough consideration, for the faith you're placing in me. And I want to assure you that I have heard over the last several weeks the messages that have been sent, and I take them deeply to heart, and I pledge to make sure that I do the job that you're expecting me to do. So I just want to say thank you again very much. Proud to represent the county in this capacity, and I will always be available for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. We look forward to working with you. All right. At this time, Andrea, if you would read our next item into the record.
Resolution 2021-0060, authorizing an amendment to a master contract with various providers for family-centered support services for at-risk children and families. It's for the period January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2020, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2021, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,665,000 for the various providers as listed on the printed agenda, items 1 through 10.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
Mr. Chair, this item was heard in the HHS committee. And so I asked my colleagues to support. I believe it's behind. Thank you.
Excellent. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0061, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Sharna Sherman to serve on the Cuyahoga Arts and Culture Board of Trustees. And it's for the term April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2024.
Move to adopt.
Second, Sweeney.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, this item as well as 6 and 7 were heard in the Human Resources, 6, 7, and 8 were heard in the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee. All were approved and all candidates demonstrated their interest and desire to either serve or continue to serve in these capacities. And I'm only abridging my resolutions because I'm having trouble with my camera today. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that information out for all of the remaining items. So I respectfully request my colleagues' support. Thank you very much.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0062, confirming the county executive's appointment of Suzanne Hamilton to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees. And it's for the term March 10th, 2021 through March 9th, 2024.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
I thought okay, Chantel.
Second, Conwell.
Second, Conwell. Excellent. Any discussion? Any discussion on this item?
No, they were all items 6 through 8 were all heard in committee and were passed out unanimously. Again, given the struggle with my camera today, just wanted to let my colleagues know, so I respectfully request their support.
I appreciate it. All right then. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0063, confirming the county executive's appointment of Ina Jo Davis Chappelle to serve on the Metro Health System Board of Trustees, and it's for the term March 10th, 2021 through March 9th, 2027.
Move to adopt.
Second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Can you add my name, Mr. President?
Let's add Councilman Sweeney's name.
Thank you.
Again, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution 2021-0064, confirming the county executive's appointment of Janet Montoya to serve on the Cuyahoga County Advisory Board on Senior and Adult Services for the term January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2023.
Move to adopt, Brown.
Second. Second, Simon.
Mr. Chairman, can I get my name added? She's my constituent.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Are there any miscellaneous committee reports? No.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
there will be a community development meeting on Monday at 10 a.m. to review the emergency rental assistance item that was introduced today. This item will provide emergency rental assistance to income eligible tenants unable to pay rent due to the economic impacts of COVID-19. $10 million of that will go to CHN Housing Partners and $1 million to the Legal Aid Society. Thank you.
Council President, this is Councilwoman Brown. I believe that the Human Resource Appointment and Equity Committee meeting will meet on Tuesday at its regularly scheduled time for the item referred. Thank you.
Right.
Mr. President,
Yes.
thank you so much. Education Environment will meet on St. Patrick's Day at 3 o'clock, since I guess there's no parades and festivities per se. Hopefully we'll have attendance at 3 o'clock for the item referred today.
So you're limiting our consumption of some things, Sunny?
Just saying.
Just some of you.
Mr. President, HHS will commence on St. Patty's Day as well, March 17th. But it's over at 3, so you can consume whatever you need to do. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. President, if I may,
Yes, you have the floor.
the Council Operations, Intergovernmental Relations, and Public Transportation, just to put on your calendar, will be on Tuesday, March 30th at 3 o'clock for the Inspector General's semi-annual report ending 12/31/20. So just a heads up, we will be meeting.
Excellent.
Mr. President?
All right, Mr. Miller, you have the floor.
Yes, the Finance and Budgeting Committee will meet at our next regular time slot on Monday, March 15th at 1 p.m. Thank you.
All right. I think that's everyone. All right, so if there's any miscellaneous business? No? If not, if nothing else holds our attention, our meeting is now adjourned. All right,
Thank
have a
you.
good afternoon, everyone.
See you, Mr. President. See you, colleagues.
All right, man.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
See ya.